All right, welcome back to Talk Tickers. Cisco just put out their Q1 numbers, and wow, did the market react. We're going to dig into this because, let me tell you, this was way more than just a good quarter. It's looking like the real deal, the start of a huge new chapter for this networking titan.
And here's the proof right here, a 7% jump after hours. You don't see that every day. That's the market screaming its approval. So you got to ask, what exactly was in this report that sparked such a big move? Let's get into it.
Well, it boils down to the holy grail of earnings season, what investors absolutely love to see, the classic beat and raise. It's simple, really. Not only did Cisco knock it out of the park this quarter, but they also turned around and said, hey, the future looks even better. That's a powerful 1-2 punch.
So let's look at the actual numbers. The beat itself was just clean. No weird accounting tricks, just solid performance. Revenue hit $14.9 billion, which was about $130 million more than the street was hoping for. And then you look at the bottom line, earnings per share came in at $1, a full 2 cents over what was expected. You really can't argue with that, a clear beat on both the top and bottom.
But, it gets even better when you peel back a layer. This chart shows something that gets analysts like me really excited. See that? Revenue growth, a solid 8%? Nice. But earnings growth? That's at 10%. That little gap between the two is super important. It means they're getting more profitable, squeezing more juice from every dollar of sales. That's a sign of a really well-run machine.
Okay, so the numbers were great, but honestly, that's only part of the reason for that big stock jump. The real story here, the thing that got everyone's attention, is that a narrative we've been hearing about is finally coming true. Cisco, a company a lot of people wrote off as old tech, just proved it's a serious player in the AI game.
And this right here is the headline number, $1.3 billion. That's how much they booked in AI orders from the biggest cloud companies, the giants, in just 3 months. This isn't some vague promise about the future. This is proof the AI story isn't just a story anymore, it's a revenue machine.
And the CEO, Chuck Robbins, really put a fine point on the bigger picture here. What he's saying is basically, look, everybody wants to do AI, but almost nobody's network is ready for it. And who builds the networks? Cisco. That's their whole game. So they're perfectly positioned to solve this massive headache for pretty much every company out there.
And you have to understand, this AI thing isn't just one lucky break for them. It's really firing on all cylinders. First, you've got those giant hyperscaler orders we just talked about. That's the bedrock. Then you've got their own custom chip, Silicon One, which is apparently a beast when it comes to performance and saving power. And on top of all that, they're not just selling into one part of AI. They're expanding into all these new areas. Any one of these would be a good story. Together, it's huge.
So with all this AI strength, it's no surprise that management is feeling pretty good. And they did more than just take a victory lap for the quarter. They put their money where their mouth is and told the world this momentum is here to stay by raising their guidance for the full year.
And here's what that looks like. You can see the old guidance on the left and the new, higher guidance on the right. They bumped up their expectations for both revenue and for earnings per share. When a company does this, it's sending a very clear signal. They're telling investors, we have great visibility, our pipeline is strong, and we're confident we're going to hit these bigger numbers.
So, just to bring it all home, this is the beat and raise we talked about. This is why it's such a big deal. It tells the market that the good news isn't just a fluke. It's a sign of a real, accelerating trend. It is, without a doubt, one of the most bullish things a company can possibly do during earnings season.
So there you have it, a breakdown of what was, by all accounts, a fantastic quarter. But here at Talk Tickers, we don't just stop at the numbers. Now we get to our favorite part, the next call. What does it all mean for the stock going forward? What should you be watching? And that really brings us to the million-dollar question, right? After a pop like that, everyone's wondering, did I miss the boat, or is there still more upside here? Okay, so here's our take. We believe this isn't just a temporary bump. The stock is being fundamentally re-rated by the market because of AI, and we think that story is just getting started. So our prediction? We think Q2 is going to be strong too, probably coming in at or even above the high end of their new forecast. As for the stock itself, the big shift is that people are finally seeing Cisco as an AI company, not just a legacy networking company. Now, the thing to watch for next quarter is if they start getting big AI orders from regular companies, not just the cloud giants. That's the next big catalyst. Of course, there's always a risk. A bad economy could hurt spending. But right now, this AI tailwind just feels too strong to ignore.
So when you put it all together, the monster quarter, the confident guidance, and this AI engine that is clearly firing on all cylinders, our rating here at Talk Tickers is a clear outperform. We think Cisco is set up to keep beating expectations.
And of course, a reminder, this is not financial advice.